Immigration means leaving your homeland and going to live in a new country. We would like to share with you some of the great ideas and information that we have been learning. Our first group will be giving you information on immigration, the land of opportunity, religious freedom, education, and a better family life. Immigration. Immigrants came to the U.S. for a better life in America. Immigrants came from places like Great Britain, India, China, Mexico, and many other places.
They had many problems when they arrived in the U.S. For instance, food, money, and understanding the different languages spoken was difficult. Most immigrants landed in Ellis Island or Angel Island. America was built by millions of immigrants. Every year, immigrants came to America. Land of opportunity. People who wanted to come to this country considered America to be the land of opportunity. They heard that the streets were paved with gold. They meant that they could get a better job and have a better life. They would be able to eat better here because they could earn more money and because there was more food. In some countries, they did not have enough to eat. They also wanted freedom. They wanted to be free to live the way that they wanted to be.
Religious freedom. Some people came to the United States for religious freedom. They couldn't worship the way they wanted in their country. Religious freedom means that they could make a choice of where to worship. They could pray at any church they wanted.
Education. Education is learning about different topics. Some immigrants came to America for a better education. In school, immigrants learned about America.
Education is important because without it, we would not be able to get good jobs and a good life. People have better education now than they had in the late 1840s.
For better opportunity. They were able to provide for their families by getting better jobs. Then they could give them better food, health care, education, and even fun.
This is your land.
This land is my land, from California
month, we will be presenting our family histories and our family trees that we have made with our families. Now we will present information on ancestry and immigration, the Florless Uru, Ellis Island, the Statue of Liberty, and the Great American Melting Pot.
Many people became immigrants and came to this country to get a better life. It was hard to get here because they had to cross the ocean on a ship. Many immigrants did not have a lot of money, and so they had to come in steerage, which is the bottom of a ship. It was a hard journey. Immigrants had to live here for 5 years before they could become a citizen. They needed to learn the English language. They could get better jobs and get paid more money. Is our national anthem.
It is the seal of the United States.
It means that in many states, one nation was born.
It is found on our coins.
The pluribus unum has also come to mean that out of many people who have come to this country, a single nation has emerged. It is close to the Statue of Liberty.
Many immigrants came through Ellis Island.
Immigrants arrived at Ellis Island and were inspected by many inspectors.
Doctors checked them to see if they were healthy.
If they were, then they would be inspected by dentists and regular doctors.
If they were healthy, they could go through and become part of America.
If they were not, then they would go to the hospital to see if they could get better.
Sometimes they had to go back to their homeland if they were really sick and couldn't get better.
Statue of Liberty.
The Statue of Liberty was the first thing that immigrants saw when they came to Ellis Island.
The Statue of Liberty is on Bedrose Island.
Her nickname is Lady Liberty.
Lady Liberty welcomes everyone who enters through New York Harbor.
The Statue of Liberty was a gift from France.
Frederick August Bartholdi designed the Statue of Liberty.
The Statue of Liberty was dedicated on October 28, 1886.
Here are some facts about Lady Liberty,
Lady Liberty is 151 feet tall.
including the base and the pedestal. She is 305 feet tall.
Her mouth is 3 feet wide. Her eyes are 2 feet 6 inches across.
Her forefinger is 8 feet long. The Great American Melting Pot. Lovely Lady Liberty, with her book of recipes, and the finest one she's got is the Great American Melting Pot. My grandmother came from Russia with a satchel on her nape. My grandfather had his father's hat he brought from Italy. They heard about a country where life might let them win. They paid the fare to America, and there they melted in.
Lovely Lady Liberty, with her book of recipes, and the finest one she's got is the Great American Melting Pot, of good ingredients, liberty, and immigrants. Please join us in making America the beautiful.
Second grade also studied citizenship. Here are some things we learned. To be a good citizen, you must take care of your community. We must take care of our earth.
Reuse anything you can and recycle what you don't use. Good citizens volunteer by helping those in need.
It's important to treat everyone respectfully and fairly in your community.
Good citizens obey the law and are respectful to each other. We are lucky to have a country that follows democracy.
Democracy means that everyone can vote for the people who run our country. You have to be a citizen or 18 years or older to vote in the United States of America.
If you are born in the United States of America, then you're a citizen of this country.
But if you aren't born here, there are 5 things you must do to become a citizen. One thing is you must live here for 5 years.
You also have to be 18 years old or older. You must know how to speak, read, and write in English. You must know and obey the laws. Finally, you must know about the history of our country and pass a special test to gain citizenship. Please stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance with us.
One what second graders learned about freedom. The Pilgrims came to North America for religious freedom.
Say it one more time. Guys, you need to be quiet so you can hear Abiram.
The Pilgrims came to North America for religious freedom.
Religious freedom is when you can pray how you want to pray.
There are so many different religions in our country. Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism are just a few.
Listen, guys, we have to move down. We only have one microphone, so we have to move down this way because it will not reach. So we're going to Jess.
Slavery lasted in our country for over 300 years. Slaves are people that are forced to do work for no money and have no freedom.
Slavery is unfair. Abe Lincoln was a very important president. He helped to stop slavery in the United States.
Lincoln signed a law called the Emancipation Proclamation. It helped to make sure people are free and treated fairly in this country.
Just kind of crunch down. We have to improvise here, guys.
We're so lucky that everyone can get a public education in the United States of America.
If we were not able to go to school, we couldn't read, spell, or do math. We get to go to this great school because of public education.
Everybody is free to make their own choices. We are free to do what we want as long as we obey the laws. Everybody is allowed to believe in what they want.
If you don't have enough money to go to school, you can anyway because public education.
Please join us to sing America, My Country, 'Tis of Thee.
Awesome job, guys. Awesome job. Sit down. Everyone sit down where you are. And slide back a little because we have friends that need to sit on the stage, to stand on the stage. Did second grade do a great job? We had a few malfunctions, but it was pretty good. I loved it. I have 5 friends that are receiving a leaf in the Forest of Virtue. So when I call your names, friends, help your friends get out of these risers and please come down, okay? Sam Hogan, where are you? Perfect. Hannah Hogan, where are you? Careful, Hannah. Abiram, holy cow. Abiram, go right around the back, honey. The easiest way. Bridget Gilberti. Perfect. And Garrett Portis, where just go off the back. Don't jump. Beautiful. All right. So Sam Hogan, Samuel Hogan, my friend here. Hi, Sam. Nice job this morning. Samuel Hogan is a friend who is receiving a leaf from the Forest of Virtue for determination. You know what determination is? When you're determined, it has to do with perseverance. Do you know what perseverance is? Oh, come on! Never give up, right, Sam? So right here, I said, Sam deserves recognition because he works so hard with everything he does. He doesn't rush through his work. You don't rush, do you? Sometimes I have to speed you up, don't I? He doesn't rush through his work to get on to the next thing, and he always finishes what he starts. And that is such an important quality, Sam, to possess. And you're such a hard-working, conscientious student. Conscientious means you really watch what you do, and that is a great quality. Awesome job, Mr. Hogan. And here's my friend Hannah Hogan. We have 3 Hogans running around in 2nd grade, right? Here's Hannah Hogan. And Hannah, I think I might have given you a leaf for this last year. Did I? I'm sorry, I can't help it. What did I give it to you for?
Optimism.
Optimism. And what is optimism?
Always looking on the bright side.
And Hannah, I'm writing it out, and I said, I know I gave this to her last year, but I have to give it to you again because you're always happy. You can always find the good in everyone and in every situation. It's so nice to spend time with you, Hannah Banana, each day because of your positive attitude. You're a wonderful girl, and I love your optimism. Hannah wanted me to make sure I told you that she's not wearing denim. This is corduroy. Here's my good friend Abiram Kolapara, and he is getting a leaf for temperance. Do you remember what that is? Oh! Yelling me! Yell it! Say it loud! Self-control. Now get back into control. Self-control. Abiram, you know how to have fun, but you know when to get it together and be in control. And I can always depend on you doing the right thing. Is that true? It really is. You know how to behave, you're an excellent role model, and you're a wonderful kid. Thank you for showing temperance all the time. And here is my good friend Bridget Gilbert, and you are getting a leaf for
Responsibility.
responsibility. I can always count on Bridget. Does that mean I stand on you and say, 1, 2, 3? What does it mean when I can count on you?
You can
Depend on you, exactly. I think I wrote that here somewhere. But I have to share a little story about Bridget's mom, who works at the school occasionally. And she sometimes forgets to do what, Bridget?
write notes.
Write notes at the end of the day. And to tell me where Bridget's going, because she's a very busy girl, you know. And Bridget told her mom that she knows the drill. She better get with the program because Mrs. Eamon will be mad. Is that what you told Mom about not writing a note? That's because you're responsible. You always know what you're doing, where you should be, what you should be doing. Great role model for your friends and your classmates and your teachers. And you're just a great kid all around, Miss Bridget. Nice job. Here is my sweet friend Garrett Portis, and he is receiving a leaf for politeness. Do you know what it is to be polite? Say yes, ma'am. You're always kind, thinking of others. You share. You're always offering to help out your teachers and classmates. You show good manners. You're considerate of others around you. I've had many teachers come up to me, Garrett. Mrs. Henderson, because you worked in her room. She came up to me and told me how kind you are. Mrs. Whedon all the time tells me how polite you are. I love that. It makes me feel so good, and you should be proud of yourself. Nice job, Garrett.
No? Is this one working?
Yeah.
Thank you. Tika, Aiden, and Thomas. Okay, Addison, you are getting a leaf in the forest of virtue for temperance. And the reason I chose that for you, Addison, is because have you had a lot of excitement in your house lately? Mm-hmm. How come?
Well, my mom's pregnant and she has 2 babies.
Congratulations, right? And in all of that, with all of the interruptions going on in your life, we would never have known that there was anything out of the ordinary. You came in and you proceeded to go through every day in complete control, doing all of your schoolwork and homework, and acting as though it was life as usual. Congratulations. Nitin, you are receiving a leaf in the forest of virtue. Nitin, can you hold that? That's right. For fortitude. And let me put your crown so your parents can see your eyes, okay? The reason that you are receiving a leaf is because you work hard to do your very best at all times and in all ways. You take all of the suggestions that we give you and you put them to work. At the beginning of the year, you seemed hesitant to ask us for help or direction. I am happy to see that you are so comfortable and willing to ask us when you don't understand something, when you need additional help, when something's missing. You are always a pleasant and wonderful child to have as a student in our classroom. Congratulations. And you know what? That makes everybody happy because you are always happy. Thank you, honey. Zeba, you are getting a leaf in the forest of virtue for prudence. But before I talk about that, I want to talk about something that I notice all the time, and that you never act as though this is anything big. You are so mature in your attitude, and whenever anybody needs something, you're right there. I see you constantly. People drop things, you pick them up and give them to them. That even if they don't say thank you, you just turn around and walk away and you're fine. People forget to push in their chairs, you're there as you're walking out of the classroom to push them in for them. That's a support system for our classroom, but it's also part of prudence. Because prudence is, you know what prudence is? What is prudence? Anybody know? What is it? Thinking with your head. It's making choices. It's using good judgment. It's taking care of things. So now after saying all that wonderful story about you, you are getting this leaf because you consistently follow all the rules of school and our classroom. When I ask for something, that something be done in our room, I can always expect that you, Zeba, have already done it. You complete all class and homework, and you take care of your materials with care. You work and always neatly and carefully and make sure that your work is done correctly. You are a great role model, not only for our classroom, but also for our school. Congratulations. Sam, you're getting a leaf in the forest of virtue for justice and fortitude. Sam, you act the same to all of us. You are respectful and accepting of all of your classmates and of all of your teachers. You're a kind and gentle person. I also want to commend you for your ability to work on schoolwork and not give up or get frustrated when things seem difficult. Have they been a little bit difficult lately? Why? Can you say why? Why have they been difficult? Right straight through it. And penmanship and handwriting are also areas that have been a little bit hard for you. And you consistently pay attention, try your very hardest. You've done your work with a positive attitude and a willingness to never give up. Congratulations, Sam. also getting relief in the forest of virtue for prudence. You are energetic, happy, serious student, joyful in all that you do, and we see that. You strive for excellence in all of your work. You are kind to all of us and a sweetheart, always willing to help everyone. But you never take over or have an attitude that others can't accomplish what they're doing. You just step forward and try and help out a little. You follow school and class rules and always do what you were supposed to do. You are an excellent role model for everyone in our room, and I love having you for a student in my room. Thank you. Agent, you were going to get this in November, but you were away. Okay, you're getting a leaf in the forest of virtue for fortitude and prudence. You really try to do an excellent job at everything, whether it's using the correct pencil grip or understanding new math concepts. You continually work at putting a lot of effort into all classwork. You're also receiving this leaf because you really focused on thinking before acting. Because are you fun? Yeah. You a lot of fun in the classroom? Yes, you are. But you know what? I appreciate that about you and I respect it. You've done an excellent job following both class and school rules. Not always easy, huh? Especially class people who like to talk, right? Right. You have a great and positive attitude, and we appreciate it. Congratulations. Thomas, you are getting a leaf in the forest of virtue for fortitude and justice. You are receiving this leaf because you are willing to keep at your work to improve it, no matter how hard it is for you. I also want to recognize your friendliness and your great kindness to others. You have a gentle way of greeting others. You laugh and joke with friends, but you're always doing it in a kind way. I also want to applaud you for the great improvements in accepting input and suggestions, which isn't always easy, is it, Thomas? No. Okay. I know how hard it is for all of us. You have grown so much in not worrying about your work, but focusing on making it the best. And that's what we want from everybody. Congratulations.
Henderson. Can you hear me? Okay, I've got 3 friends today receiving leaves. Wow, those leaves are bright. My first friend is Matthew Lucini, and I am so proud. Can you guys actually stand on the stage real quick so they can see you? You don't have to show up. Matthew, I'm giving you a leaf today for courage and hard work. Courage means, we talked about courage in class, right? Doing something even though it might be kind of hard or scary, right? And coming to school every day for kindergartners in this school is kind of hard sometimes because there's a lot of big kids around and it's kind of overwhelming, and it was really hard sometimes for Matthew. But Matthew comes to school now. You would never know it was hard for him in the beginning. When he comes to school, he raises his hand, he chats with his friends, he chats with his teachers, and he was Super Kid just a week or so ago. And he was like a comedian up there, made us all laugh. He was calm, he was cool, he showed his poster. It was like he was a teacher up there. And I am so proud of all your courage and hard work, Matthew. Just getting up here today took a lot of courage. Great job. Anyway, hi, Lucia. Look at that smile. That is one of the reasons you are getting a leaf for cheerfulness and your positive attitude, Lucia, right? Every morning, Lucia comes in and says, "Good morning, Mrs. Jumis," with the biggest smile, right? And gives me a hug. And if I see her in the hall, it's like I'm a rock star and I'm the most exciting person ever. So she's so cheerful every day when she comes to kindergarten. But she also has a positive attitude about everything she does. Just yesterday, or anything that happened yesterday, I said, "I hope I can talk. I have kind of a scraggly voice. I have a little bit of a cold." She said, "I'm sure it'll be better tomorrow." She always has a positive outlook, and when she's doing her work, she works and works until she gets it done. And if she needs help, she asks for it. She doesn't get frustrated. And that's a terrific quality. I love having you in class. You do a great job. My last friend today is Luke Georges. Luke, is getting a leave for kindness and hard work. Luke is kind every day to everyone in class. He helps people when they need help, even before they even ask for help. He sees they need help, he helps them out. He makes room for them to sit next to him on the rug, don't you? And one day a friend was having a hard time coming to school, and Luke, you remember this? You gave him a big hug, and you said, hi, and you gave him a welcoming smile, and that's all it took, and that friend came right into school, didn't he? And you were such a good friend to him. That's so kind, Luke. That's why I love how kind you are to everyone. He also works extremely hard and takes his time in everything. Takes his time, doesn't rush, thinks about what he's going to do. And that's an awesome quality. I love having you in class, Luke. Congratulations. Mr. Cheerio.
Nice job, second grade. Hi, friends. This is my friend Anya. Anya is getting a leave for justice. She is a kind friend to all of her classmates. She also takes the schoolwork very seriously. Anya is a conscientious student who takes her time and asks questions if she needs to, which has caused her work to go from great to spectacular since school began. We are very proud of you, Anya. Really, thanks. This is my friend Nitish. Nitish is getting leave for temperance. He has been working on self-control since school begins. Nitish has many, many friends in class and likes to have fun. Do you always have fun? In school, Nitish knows when it is time to have fun with his friends and when it is time to get down to work. We are very proud of how far you have come. Keep up the great work. This is my friend Isabella, and Bella is getting a leave for fortitude and justice. Bella deserves recognition because she has shown perseverance when it gets tough. When school first started, handwriting was a challenge for Bella. But every day she practiced, and I am proud to say that handwriting is no longer a challenge for Bella. It is now so beautiful. Bella is also a very kind and sweet friend to all her classmates, and we are very, very proud of you, Bella. This is my friend Eamon. Eamon is getting a leave today for prudence and for temperance. He is always found concentrating on his work and making the right choices about what he should be doing at the moment. He knows what is expected of him in class and has great self-control. The other day, I saw him say to some friends on the rug, I think I should move my spot, because he knew it was just about time to get down to work. That was nice thinking on your part. I can always look to Eamon as being a really good role model, too, for our class. Way to go, Eamon. This is my friend Faith, and Faith is getting a leave for justice and temperance. She is a friend to everyone in our classroom, and along with her friendly smile and infectious laugh, she takes the initiative and can always be seen helping a classmate or a teacher. And the other day, what was I doing? Do you remember? I had my arms full of stuff. And out of nowhere, Faith comes over and says, Mrs. Shearer, do you need some help with that? And I thank you so much for that. And you are a very hard worker, and you put all your effort into your work so that it comes out flawlessly the first time. Keep up the great work. We are proud of you.
He was actually nominated by Mrs. O'Brien from Morning Care, because Jake has been so wonderful in Morning Care, helping his friends clean up without being asked, cleaning up things and doing things that he didn't even play with. You know, you did that a lot lately in Morning Care?
And he's actually carried that over right into class too. And he's always doing his work. He's focused. He's doing an awesome job in first grade, and we all are so proud of you. Me, Miss O'Brien, and all of your classmates. Awesome job, Dee. And this is my friend Grace. And Grace is getting a lead for
Fortitude.
Fortitude, that's right. For courage and bravery. Because Grace makes an effort all the time in class to be a positive leader. When we were practicing for our assembly last time, she was a wonderful leader. She was a positive role model. And not only does she do that for assemblies, but she's doing that in class all the time now too. She is doing an awesome job, and we are so proud to have Grace and happy to have her in our class. Awesome job, Grace. This is my friend Rachel Welch, and Rachel is receiving a lead in the Forest of Virtue today for, she also has it for fortitude because she is optimistic and cheerful. Nothing gets Rachel down. She is always positive. She always sees the sunny side of everything, right? You ever get down? Never. She's always cheerful, happy, smiling, and a wonderful friend in our class, right, Rach? You always make everybody happy? Where's your big smile? Good job, Rachel. Ben Patterson here today is getting a leaf in the Forest of Virtue for all of them. He's got all of the virtues. I couldn't pick one because Ben is courteous. He has good manners. He is a great friend. He is caring, he is helpful, he is kind, he is sweet, he is generous. He's a wonderful student, a wonderful classmate, a wonderful friend, and I am so happy to be his teacher, and I am so happy that I'm his teacher actually for 2 years in a row.
All right, could I please have my friends Zoey and Neal and Justin and Hunty and Giovanna. All right, my first friend, by the way, second grade, you were awesome. My first friend receiving her leave today is Zoey, and Zoey is receiving her leave today for fortitude, for working really hard, and also for courage. Zoey is always hardworking. She is an amazing, dedicated worker. She tries her best at everything she does. She has impeccable handwriting, a great work ethic. She comes up when she's done with something. She's not sure it's done to the absolute best of her ability, which it pretty much always is. She sometimes, in the beginning of the year, she sometimes used to raise her hand to participate in class, and now she raises her hand all of the time. I don't think more than 10 minutes go by during the day when Zoey doesn't have a hand up to ask a question, to answer a question, or to happily read aloud to the whole class. She has a great personality, and she is so much fun to be around, and I'm so proud of her every day. Neal, my friend Neal today is receiving his leave for fortitude, also for really hard work, and for temperance. Neal is extremely kind, he is extremely respectful, and extremely polite. He has the best manners. He uses this nice, gentle, calm voice all of the time. Even when he's having fun with his friends, he's calm, he's happy, but he has a happy calm about him. He works hard at any task, and it shows in everything that he does. I have never seen Neal get mad at anyone, get upset with anyone, or say anything that was even slightly negative or not positive to a friend. He's always patient, and he's a great role model in class. Nice job, sweetie. All right, my friend Justin is receiving his leave today. This was a hard one. I almost did fortitude as well because you're a hard worker, but I did fortitude and prudence. Justin is also a wonderful role model. He's also very respectful. He also gets along well with everyone. Justin comes in very excited every day with a huge smile on his face, and he greets his friends and his teachers very, very nicely. He seems like he loves every minute of every school day, and he always makes the best choices. So I did prudence for you because you always use wise judgment. I can always count on Justin to put 100% effort into all of his work and to pay great attention to detail, and it's obvious that he cares about what he does every single day. And my friend Huntsy today is receiving his leave for prudence and for perseverance. And I wrote here that Huntsy is the definition of respectful. That means if you look up respectful in the dictionary, it'll say your name next to it. Whenever I ring the chimes to get everyone's attention or shut the lights off, Ed Huntsy is always the first one to quiet down, to make eye contact with me. He's a student who loves to socialize with his friends, but he knows when it's time to socialize and when it's time to listen and time to learn. He has a great influence on his peers in a very positive way, and I love his enthusiasm for learning. He's also one of our best class participators, and he's excited about everything that we do in school. Nice job. My friend Giovanna. I heard you wanted to receive a leave today, is that right? My friend Giovanna is receiving her leave today for justice, for being a wonderful friend, and also for optimism, for having such a great positive attitude. Giovanna also has kind of a newer distraction with Mom working across the hall. Never distracted her, not for a second. She's doing awesome with it. She is always helpful. She is caring. She is sweet. She is kind. She is generous. Giovanna is always eager to offer help to her peers and her teachers with anything that's asked of her. I can always rely on Giovanna to know what to do in any situation or where to find something. That means whenever I need something and I need it quickly, I know who to ask, right? Because she knows where everything is. She makes others feel at ease too because she's very confident and she's very sweet and easy to approach. I love her positive attitude and her enthusiasm. She loves to learn, strives to do her best, and adds so much enrichment to our classroom. Nice job, Steve. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, friends and family. Thank you for coming to today's assembly. You were a great audience. I'd like to end today's assembly in a fun way and say thank you to our second grade for all their hard work in preparing for today's assembly. We'll give them props on 3. Remember, it's 2 claps, 2 fast, a point, and a yeah. All ready?